Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing fine. Today, I was having a conversation with someone. What is language has to do with culture? That brings me in to think about deep about it and say, is it possible for somebody not to be able to kind of see the relationship between the language and the culture of that language? To tell you the truth, I don't really think you can kind of separate the language from a culture, even possibly religion. Language, culture, religion seems to go together. How does the language? What does it have to do with your culture? What does it have to do with your culture? Let me go to Nigeria. Let me go to Africa. Let me go to the Yoruba tribe of Nigeria. Nigeria is being colonized by the British. So the general language in Nigeria is English. So we speak Queen's English. Okay, so British, English. So now, growing up, everybody strive to be able to be the best speaker of English language. If you can speak English, that means you are educated. But the reality is far from the truth. So growing up as a baby, as a child, you want to speak good English, and you want to speak because it will let people know that you are educated, and that you are well, you are well exposed. So a lot of you know a high number of people, they don't even speak their own language. They don't even speak Yoruba to their children. They don't even speak. They don't want you to speak Yoruba to their children. And they are Yorubas. If you speak Yoruba, you speaking, they call it vernacular. You're speaking vernacular to my children, which I don't like. So I don't want you to speak vernacular to my children. Very brainwashed. You are in your homeland and you are depriving your children, your next generation, to learn, speak your language and learn your culture. In Yoruba language, in your language, whatever language that you speak, there are some things that you will say that you can, it's be difficult for you to translate those things into other language. Or if you do, it might not have the same intensity. So let me stick to Yoruba that I know. There are some words that you can speak in Yoruba that is difficult to explain in English. And no matter how much you try, it will lose value, quality. It will be lighter. It won't have the heavy weight that the word has. The meaning will be lighter. So it won't have the same meaning. It might be close. So, but if you are in command of your language, when you speak it, it carries the weight that you want it to carry. It carries the weight of its meaning. But when you translate it to other language like English, then it loses value. It loses the weight. It becomes lighter. The meaning becomes worse down. You cannot culture and language are separated because they go interwoven. There are some words that does not exist in your language but existed in English, or that's some word that existed in your language that never existed in English. So how do you come? Because like the suit, there's no in Yoruba language, there's no suit because suit is the culture, the mode of dressing of the British. Or you say so many words that are not in Yoruba language because we don't have it in our culture. It's not in our culture, so we don't have the word for those things. But the language, English, has it. And there's some things that the Yoruba has that is not existing in English. So we cannot separate. I was explaining to that person that we cannot separate culture from language. And once you trade your language with other language, you are losing your culture. Your understanding and mode of thinking and mode of, it begins to change. You are losing who you are as a person, as the ethnic group that you are losing it. This is a big epidemic in Africa. A lot of us has kind of adopted the foreign language as our own, and thereby depriving our own language. Like Yoruba is loses 1 person per hour. Less people speak it per hour every day. So which means the number of those that speak Yoruba is going down and down and down and down, losing our culture. It's not. I'm just using the Yoruba or the Nigeria as a study case, but it happens all over Africa. Now, when I say all over, not in the same degree, not in the same intensity, but it still happens. Cameroon is French, Burkina Faso, the same thing. Mali, Nigeria, English, Ghana, English. But I am using this opportunity to say to us that no matter where you are in the world, you need to keep your language, because your language is your culture. You cannot separate your language from your culture. If you begin to lose your language, you begin to lose your culture, and you begin to suppress your culture and uplifting the language culture, because it's the same thing. That even brings me into, I think, country like India, that even though they are being colonized by the British for almost 140 years of colonization or something like that, they still keep their culture. It is amazing how they do that. They keep their culture, their alphabet. They have 3 different alphabets, if I'm not mistaken, 3 different alphabets, in India, and they're still using all of them. Not all Indians can speak English, because you don't have to speak English to be a person. You don't have to speak English to be an Indian. You don't have to speak English to be a Nigerian or a Ghanaian. You don't have to. You have to continue to promote your own culture, promote your own language, and then there's nothing wrong if you want to know other culture, but don't suppress your own culture. And this is always good for you to promote and speak your own language. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking your time out. If this is your first time of joining us, I would like you to subscribe to the channel. I would like you to hit like and comment on this video. Thank you once again. Until I see you all in the next video, have a wonderful day.